Senator Gerba. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Welcome and congratulations for your appointment, which we hope to see confirmed, given all the experience that your colleague mentioned. You are taking office at a pivotal moment for Canadian bilingualism, as the country's linguistic duality faces significant structural challenges. Among these, two issues are particularly noteworthy. On one hand, there is a worrying decline in the French language in Canada, including in Quebec, both in terms of the proportion of speakers and the use of French in public institutions. In this context, this is my first question. Do you believe that the modernized version of the Official Languages Act is a sufficiently robust tool to curb this decline and strengthen the place of French? If so, how does your office intend to maximize its impact? Ms. Burke. With respect to the decline, yes, it is concerning across the whole country, and the data we see in the 2021 census shows that it's an issue in Quebec as well. What I think we need to do is further encourage communities to exercise their language rights. And slow down the erosion of French across the whole country. What I do see is, however, is that the bilingualism rate has remained around 18% in the country, although we'd like to see that go higher. But there is evidence that some progress is taking place, and it could be due to these immersion programs, which continue to spread across the country. In Ontario, we have an immersion program that serves as a model for the other provinces and territories. But the other provinces and territories also have immersion programs to address, in part, the issue of decline. Francophone immigration could also help a great deal, but we do know that immigrants and newcomers here to Canada don't necessarily follow the trajectory that will allow them to live and thrive in French. So we must encourage newcomers with a school system, with a legal system, with an employment system that will allow them to work in their own language and allow families to live and thrive in French within their own communities. So I think that will address, in part, the issue of the decline, among other things. Now, the second part of the question, I didn't quite understand. Could you repeat? Did you say, how could I maximize? I said, how will your office maximize the impact of the strengthened bilingualism in our country and prevent the decline of the French language? Well, to spending more time on the ground and identifying gaps. So I aim for excellence in my office, and I think you have to have a presence on the ground, not only to learn about what's truly happening, but also to pay attention and listen and develop solutions so that communities can enrich themselves further. An important question to ask oneself is, are the supports there? Are they in place to allow communities to thrive? That's where the Official Languages Act allows increased services, which will in part address those issues. The office will have to interpret the Act with me in order to allow progress to be made, and major progress. So the federal government is increasingly integrating artificial intelligence systems into the delivery of language services to its citizens. How do you intend to ensure that these technologies fully comply with the obligations set out in the Official Languages Act? Furthermore, does your organization have the necessary human and financial resources to effectively manage this? Senator Gerba, you've already reached the end of your time.